Hello and welcome to the Trial Island Podcast. I'm your host, Bo. It's my co-host, Danny.
Hey mate, how are you?
Welcome to the Round 3 preview show. I can't wait. Huge round this week, man. We got the Storm, Panthers, Roosters, Rabbits.
Yeah, a couple big games.
Some massive games this weekend. I'm really keen for the Broncos Bulldogs game too. I think we're going to see where those two teams are at. I'm really excited to see the Bulldogs have a shot at a game where they can be in the balance with, because they've had Penrith. I'll tell you who's had a hard run to start the year. The Storm.
The Storm, you reckon?
They've had Bunnies,
Para, and then Penrith.
I think Penrith, and they got the Roosters in a couple of weeks. Tough way to start the year. Anyway, we put out, as we usually do, anyone that wanted to ask us some questions on Instagram, we'll come back on that end.
Okay, so we're going to answer 3 questions. There was a couple of the same ones. So the first question is, who's the better fullback, Gutho or Pap at the moment?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to go Gutherson.
Mm-hmm.
I think Papenhuyzen is more a fullback than Gutherson, though. I think Gutherson is so good just because he puts in so much effort.
Yeah.
I think he would almost succeed anywhere he plays, just because he plays so hard. I think I really, really like him. I know he's your favourite player at the moment.
Yep.
I guess it's a no-brainer who you're going.
Yeah, Gutho. King Gutho.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Ryan Papenhuyzen's bad or anything, but I'd pick Gutho over Ryan Papenhuyzen.
Yeah. I think if anything ever happened to Mitchell Moses in that club and you move Dylan Brown to 7, I reckon Gutho would go well at 6.
Yeah.
I think effort-wise, he's right in the frame for 6. Not that I want anything to happen to Mitchell Moses. I think he's having a good year, but if it was to happen, I'd love to see Clint at 6.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, next question. Top 3 subs in NRL at the moment?
Let's go Brandon Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's starting this week, but he has been on the bench. Papali'i
for Parramatta.
For Parramatta, I think he's been great. And let's go Jai Arrow.
Yeah,
Jai Arrow's been really good off the bench too.
Yeah.
But Melbourne have a really good bench. Brandon Smith, I think, is the best bench player in the competition.
Yeah.
But he's obviously been starting as well. And they got Nelson Asofa-Solomona, who's a very good bench player as well.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, next question is 3 players Broncos need to get rid of for 2022.
Yeah, I saw this one. I don't know about get rid of. Let's have a look. I know they've got some issues. They need to re-sign because the Titans are looking at, I think, Coates and Katoni Staggs. They need to lock them up. I think something's got to give with Anthony Milford and Brodie Croft.
Yeah.
I think this is a huge week for him. They need a win. They can't win the wooden spoon last year and then start this year 0-3.
Yeah.
That's terrible for their club. I don't know about getting rid of. I really like their roster, to be honest. I don't mind their roster. I think they need to lock up some players. I think if Tom Dearden walks, that's a big loss for them.
Yeah.
Also, if they lose either Coates or Staggs, that's another huge losses. I don't think they need to get rid of anyone there.
That's fair.
Do you think they need to get rid of anyone?
I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe
I like their roster.
Yep, I think maybe just a halves change. As you said, they need to lock up Dearden. They need to give him some playing time.
And I'd love to see Matt Lodge get fit. Love to see him get fit and provide, because he looks like such a good player.
Yeah.
Love to see him get fit and get on the field consistently. But yeah, I don't know about getting rid of anyone. Legend.
Yep. All right, nice. Well, we'll get straight into the games then. So we got Thursday, Penrith versus the Storm at Bluebet Stadium.
Grand final rematch.
Yeah, grand final rematch. Who you got?
Oh man, I'm so excited for this game. Like we said, the Panthers haven't conceded a point in almost 200 minutes of footy. The last try that was scored against them was Ryan Papenhuyzen 5 minutes into the second half in the grand final. So it's going to be a really, really good game. I really hope Nathan Cleary's in. Now, I know he got concussed last week, and I was reading the NRL physio on Twitter. Apparently the turnaround's really close to this game, like the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So he's a maybe.
Oh,
and
that's right.
People saying that they should have released Burton to the Bulldogs, just like let him further his career. He signed a contract with Penrith, and this is exactly why he's at the club. If one of their halves go down, they need a replacement. Tyrone May maybe comes to the side. Burton goes on the bench.
Yeah.
He did sign a contract. He's got I don't mind him keeping him around. If he's fit, I've got the Panthers.
Oh yeah, that's what I've got. I've got the Panthers. I think they'll be up for it. They'll remember what happened in the grand final last year. I think they're still a little bit salty maybe, and I think they might come out to prove a point.
You know what's nuts?
What?
if we both take Penrith, we would have not taken the Storm in any game in the first 3 rounds. When's the last time you didn't pick the Storm in the first 3 rounds of the season? Seriously.
Before Cameron Smith.
That blew me mind. I'm taking Penrith if Nathan Cleary's fit. We'll find out on Thursday, and if he's not in, I'll change to the Storm, I think.
All right.
I think the Storm will get it done.
Maybe me too.
Yeah, but not picking the Storm in the first 3 weeks of the year, that was nuts to me.
Anyway, on a Friday night, we got the Dragons versus the Eagles at Wynn Stadium. This is a kind of big game to kind of see where these teams are at as well.
Yep.
So we've got Josh Schuster for Manly. He's starting in the back row with Andrew Davey suffering his ACL injury, season-ending injury. Sorry.
Big chance for Schuster.
Yeah, huge chance.
Yeah, he did play in the back row in the under 18s for New South Wales.
Okay.
Played in the back row, so he's not totally foreign to that spot. I watched a little bit of him in the trial. He's a good ball runner, so defensively it's not too much different, the back row to 5'8". You're only defending one more in, maybe a little bit more defence than what he's used to, but he's used to big bodies running at him. They try and single you out in the line anyway, so
yeah,
he's used to that. I'm interested to see how he goes. I think the Dragons might be too good here. Right now I see more points in the Dragons than I do Manly.
Yeah, that's the same what I'm thinking.
But Manly, they won't want to go 0-3, so they'll be right up for this game. Des will have them up. Apparently Tom's not too far away.
Yeah, I heard 1 week, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, and they need him.
They do.
They desperately need him.
Don't rush him back. Because you don't want him to re-injure it and then he'll be out for probably the rest of the season. Maybe it could maybe even end his career. Yeah. If he injures that hamstring again, because he's injured it, 3-4 times now. So
especially his career at fullback. You got to do a lot of running at fullback.
Yeah.
You don't want to rush him, but they also don't want to be 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, and then the season's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad for Manly fans. Their whole season rests on him, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm going the Dragons. I see more points in them.
Yeah, I'll pick the Dragons in this one too. Anyway, Rabbitohs versus Roosters. That'll be at Stadium Australia. A couple big ins here for the Roosters. Angus Crichton back from suspension. Nat Butcher back to the bench. And Victor Radley. He's been named to start on the bench. Yeah, Victor the Inflictor's been named on the bench. So I'll be keen to see how he goes.
I'm so keen for this game.
Yeah, for the Rabbitohs, only one change. Josh Mansour, he's back in the team with Jackson Paulo being rested for concussion, apparently.
Not the time you want to be back in the side.
Yeah. No.
Jesus. I'm so excited for this game. This is my most confident tip of the week. I'll be going the Roosters.
Yeah.
I think the Roosters will be winning. I think these two teams hate each other. That's well known. Every time they play, everyone knows that it's a bloodbath. The Roosters last year got beat by 60 against South near the end of the season.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And it pretty much buried their year.
Yeah. They
were looking okay before that, and then they come out and got smashed by the Roosters. Went into the semis, went bang, bang, lost both weeks out. I think they'll remember that. I think they'll be right up for this game. And I think they'll do the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, me too. Maybe another hat-trick for Brett Morris.
You know, Brett Morris and James Tedesco have more tries combined than any other team.
Just between them?
Yeah, between them. I done it today. They've got 11. The closest to them's 9. The Penrith have 9.
Far out.
Yeah.
Just between those two.
Yeah. So that's outstanding. I seen that on Facebook, the Roosters Facebook page, maybe a fans page, but yeah, I went through and looked, and yeah, they got 11. The closest to them's got 9.
Well, just goes to show you how silky their attack is.
Mate,
unbelievable. And that's
they'll be right up for it. It would be a great clash, though. I'm really excited to see how they go.
Yeah, me too. On to Saturday, we've got the Warriors versus the Raiders at GIO Stadium. Co-captain Jared Croker. He's been named to start in his first game this season. Yeah. So obviously that Sebastian Chris, he's missed out.
Yeah, we had a couple of questions about that during the week, whether Croker would make his way back in the side. He was always coming back in the side.
Yeah, 100%. For the Warriors, though, what's his name?
Harris Tavita.
Harris Tavita, that's the one. I always forget his first name.
Yeah.
Harris Tavita, he's been a big blow for them. He's been his foot's been broken or something. What is it? Stress fracture in his foot.
That's the half.
Yeah. So Sean O'Sullivan's been named to start in place of him.
Yeah, that's a shame. We've got the Warriors here. I thought the Raiders were really poor. I thought the Warriors have been good. And they come up against a really good Knights outfit the other night. I think the Raiders maybe need a loss just to bounce them back into some form.
You reckon?
I like the Warriors here. I think they're playing a little bit better footy. Interesting to see how Sullivan goes at halfback. That'll be interesting. Whether that changes their side up too much. I know he's a good ball runner, so it might help there. I've got the Warriors. I think it'll be another classic game. I'm really excited for all the games this weekend, and hopefully it's dry down at GIA Stadium. There's a lot of points between these two sides.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Raiders for this one. I think Ricky will get up him because their performance obviously last weekend
they were poor last week.
Was really, really bad. I think Ricky's going to get up him, and I think they're going to come out. They're going to be prepared. I think they'll definitely put it on the Warriors.
I think all three Warriors games have just been a coin flip.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Anyway, next game, Broncos versus Bulldogs at Suncorp. So you were saying you were keen on this game.
Yeah.
The Broncos, they're running out the same side as last week. A couple outs for the Bulldogs, Raymond Fatala-Mariner, he's got a broken foot. He'll miss up to at least 20 weeks.
Big loss.
Yeah, so Joe Stimson's set to start. And Dallin, obviously suspended for his hit last week. Hope I don't screw this name up. Tupulotu Katoa. He'll play on the wing.
Glad you had to say that, not me.
Yeah.
Milf and Croft again. Yeah. This is it for them, I think. This is do or die. If they lose this week, one of them won't be in the side next week, in my opinion. Fatala Mariner's a huge loss. Yeah. I thought he was great last year. I thought he was really, really good in a beaten side. 20 weeks, that's pretty much the nail on his season if they don't make the semis.
Yeah, pretty much.
Neither team wants to go 3 losses in a row. I reserve the right to change this tip because I think it could go either way. Right now, I've got the Bulldogs upsetting the Broncos.
Me too.
But I don't know. The Broncos have looked okay in patches in games.
But last week, man. Last week they didn't look too crash hot.
I thought they lost the game in 10 minutes last week though. I thought for the rest of the game they were okay.
Yeah.
Where the Bulldogs really impressed me in the first half against Penrith, and I just don't think they're going to put up as much of a fight defensively. The Broncos won't against the Bulldogs. So we'll give them some room to play some footy, and that's why I've gone the Bulldogs. I just think they can score points. They showed that against the Knights in patches. Like even when their first attacking opportunity, Cole Flanagan threw the double cutout, it looked good. So I'm going the Bulldogs. I do reserve my right to change this tip as well closer to kick-off. I'll be having a look, but at the moment it's the Bulldogs.
Yep, I'm taking the Bulldogs too. Anyway, Eels versus Sharks at Bankwest. Now this, I think, is a bit of a danger game for Parramatta.
Yeah.
So with ins and outs, we got Ryan Madison. He's out, obviously, with his concussion last week from Felice Kafusi, dog. So Isaiah Papali'i is set to start in place of him.
Yep.
Connor Tracy's been named at the centres for the Sharks with Hiroti. He's missed a spot in the 17, so he's been dropped from the 17. But yeah, other than that, there's...
What's going on with Andrew Fafita? Why is he not in this side?
I don't know. I heard the Dragons were keen on offering him a contract for this season onwards.
I've got that written down here. And if I'm Andrew Fafita, the clock's ticking, I'd be going wherever I'm getting game time.
Yeah,
I'd be 100%. Going to the Dragons. And the Dragons love to offer older forwards a contract, don't they?
Yeah.
They love that. But you go watch that Indigenous game. I've said this a lot. That Indigenous game, he was one of the best players on the field. I thought he was outstanding. I couldn't believe he wasn't named for round 1. Then I heard there was some rumours of an ankle injury or something. So then, into round 2, still not named. Now we're at round 3, still not in the side. Sharks aren't going that crash hot.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. Papali'i, we'll talk about a ready-made replacement. He's been great to start the year. Ryan Madison was also very good last week, so that's a bit of a loss for them. I'm going the Eels. It's a safer choice.
Yeah.
But we both looked at this game. I think it was one of the first games we looked at this week and said danger game.
Yeah.
Real danger game.
Yeah, I really hope Para win, but I can see the Sharks coming over the top in a bit of a gritty kind of...
I hope Reid Mahoney has a good game. He's in my dream team as of this week.
Is he?
Yeah. I brought him in.
Who'd you get rid of?
I moved some money around and I brought him in.
Okay. A couple of brown paper bags.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing on... what was it? After the Para game last week? When they were... the commentators were watching the Parramatta locker room.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of brown paper bags, and they were like, "Oh, I wonder what's in the bags." I think it was JT. It's not money.
That's it.
Yeah.
JT
Anyway,
no.
moving on. Knights versus. We're on to the Sunday now. Sorry.
Yep.
We got the Knights versus Tigers. Pardon me, at McDonald Jones Stadium. So Kurt Maney returns for the Knights. He's been named in the 6. Phoenix Crosland. He's actually been suspended for a crush tackle, so he's out of the squad. With Nathaniel Sasagi. I'll probably butcher that name too.
This is why he rattles off the ins and outs.
Yeah, he's been named on the bench for the Tigers. Joey Leilua has been dropped apparently for his defensive efforts last week.
They were very poor.
Yeah, so James Roberts and Tommy Talau have been named in the centres for them. With Zane Musgrove, he's back, so he's straight into the starting side with Joe Offengawi.
We know
coming off the bench.
We know Madge doesn't muck around with this kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
She showed that with Benji last year. I think it was time for Joey. I think for a lot of times he's gotten a pass, and when he's on, he can be one of the more dominant centres in the league.
Yeah.
But defensively, he was shocking last week. He gives away... He's good for one dumb penalty a week, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He's almost a liability there. So hopefully them sitting him just lights a fire, because he can be what he... Like we saw him in 2019 with the Raiders, when they went on their run to the grand final.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, him and Rapana were outstanding.
Yeah, they're what's that word? Combination.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think it was 2019 or 2020, one of the two. They were just outstanding, and he was a big part of that. And he was just involved everywhere. He would go looking for the ball. Right now, he looks disinterested, and when it gets all gets too hard, he gives away a penalty. So I thought something had to give there. I can't see how the Tigers can get a win here.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I think the Knights forward pack has been outstanding.
Yeah,
I think they'll keep rolling on, and I think the Knights will go 3-0.
Yeah, me too. Well, we said it round 1, said it round 2. We'll say it again. The Knights forward pack is unbelievable.
Yep.
I think through the middle. The Knights just going to get a roll on, go from there.
And I'm pretty much going to tip them until I see any different from that forward pack.
Yeah,
because at the moment, the way that forward pack's rolling, they're not going to be beat. No. Unless someone can stand up to that forward pack, they're not going to be beat at the moment.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the last game of the round. Your boys, the Cowboys versus the Titans at Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
What a low name.
Yeah, mate.
Seriously.
Bloody mouthful.
Someone go sponsor that stadium. Give it another name.
Yeah, please. So Kyle Felt, he's actually been suspended for his hit on Jack Bird. Bit of a stitch up.
Yeah.
100% a stitch up. So Murray Tuolagi.
Oh, mate, these names.
Please.
We mean no disrespect if we get any name wrong, and if anyone knows how to pronounce any of the names, let us know. And because we always want to try and be respectful and get everyone's name right, so
yeah,
let us know.
It's just tough with these names.
Yep.
We're not really from
linguists.
there. So.
Linguists.
Yeah. That's the only change for the Cowboys anyway.
Yep.
Tanner Boyd, he's set to start in place of Ash Taylor, who's picked up a hand injury for the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it for the teams.
Just on Kyle Felt's suspension.
Yeah.
Kafusi, Dallin Wateni Zalesniak, and Kyle Felt, 3 totally different incidents, all got the same punishment.
2 weeks.
All got 2 weeks. One was terrible. That first one was really bad, I thought. Whether there was intent or not is not for me to decide, but I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
Zalesniak's one was lazy. It was a lazy arm back on the inside. So it's going to happen. Slipped up. I think 2 weeks is fair.
Yeah.
The Kyle Felt one, he did lose control of the tackle, so I think it's a penalty. I think maybe 1 week at most. I think a suspension's harsh for that tackle.
Yeah.
I think the Kafusi one got off light. That one, the middle one's fair, and the Kyle Felt one's heaps harsh.
Yeah, I know. Well, I agree with you on the Kyle Felt and Dallin.
Yeah.
With Felice Kafusi, I was seeing people on Facebook and saying, "Oh, there was no intent, nothing like that." But I mean, people still get like a head high.
Yeah.
That's not intentional.
That's what I mean. If you can't prove intent, intent's hard to prove, right?
Yeah.
But with the Felice Kafusi one, he made contact with the head and got put on report consistently this year. If you make contact with the head and get put on report, it's been 10 in the bin.
Yeah.
How he didn't get 10 in the bin, that's beyond me. Like,
and only 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks. Something's got to give there. But on to this game, Cowboys Titans. I think Ash Taylor being out brings it a little bit closer.
Mm.
I had Titans at the earlier week. If you're looking for a market, Dave Fafita any time in this game is money. He always turns up against the Cowboys. I'm gonna go the Cowboys. I don't know.
No, mate.
I think maybe
You got to tip him then in the tipping comp.
maybe they bounce back. I was thinking the Titans. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll go loyalty. I'll regret it.
No, I'm tipping the Titans. Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
that's fair. All right, guys, that's it for this week. We'll be back on Monday with the review of the whole round. Hopefully, it's a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. But leave any questions you have in the comments. We'll try and get to them. And any questions we didn't answer on the show that we got in the Instagram, I'll do it on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.